Teach Radio. Teach to Teach Radio. Education for all, for all, for all. Education for all, for all.
Welcome to Teach Radio program. Today, we'll be looking at drug taking as well as drug abuse among our youth. With me to do the discussion are...
I am Yakubu Suibatu from Warbo Akuku Ahmadiyya Primary.
I'm Abdullah Salihu, a teacher, Banduri EA Primary School.
I am Zakaria Fatima from Banduri EA Primary School.
And I'm Zublem Hadi, a teacher from Warbo Akuku Ahmadiyya Primary School.
I am Alhaji Muhammad Al-Hassan Karimu, the moderator for this particular discussion. As I said, we'll dwell much into how drugs affect our children's education. If our children get themselves used to taking in drugs or abusing drugs, how will such a thing affect their education? You can pick up, tell us what you have, your experience about drug abuse.
Okay, Alhaji, thank you. I will start by starting or trying to explain to our listeners what drug abuse is. So when we talk of drug abuse, to the best of my understanding, it means using legal or illegal drug the way it shouldn't have been used. So when you do that, that is what we call drug abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, to add to what Mr. Hardy is saying, it simply means that any substances that is taken in, either legal or illegal, without the prescription of a qualified medical doctor, is said to be drug abuse in my point of view.
Let's have your own personal experience. By way of example, whether in the community or in your school, where children of school-going age, or students in particular, have found themselves in such a situation.
Okay, Alhaji, for me, in my community where I stay, many people in the community take some substances like what we call sniffs. So they do take them, and it is not by the prescription of any qualified medical doctor. It is just what they think is good for. They think that is good for them, so and they take them. So in these instances, we are saying that that is what we call drug abuse, because no doctor prescribe it for them. They just feel that when they take it, it is good for them, but they don't even know whether it has effects on them or not.
Can we align or link it to education, the education of our children? We want to see examples from our schools, students in particular, the youth, who find themselves in such situations. And finally, how does it affect their education?
Okay, Alhaji. I have experienced one in my community. I know of a boy in JHS boy, who is taking in cigarettes and some kind of energy drinks.
Mm-hmm.
He takes energy drinks and cigarettes, and my girl, a girl in our house is living in the same class with that boy. She's been saying it that because of what the kind of substances he's taking sometimes leads to like either absenting himself, or he will leave the house to come to school, but he won't. At the end, he won't be in school, and sometimes too he will take it and come to class and be living in some kind of. He will be high. They will say, I'm not high, like he won't be normal as he is. And even the colleagues will be, they will fear to get close to him. And with this, it even like decreases his learning abilities, since he doesn't be in class or the colleagues cannot come into contact with him. So with that one, it is bringing him down.
Okay. That's
I
fine.
also have experience in my former school. And just once I experienced it. We were told that the boy usually takes drugs, tramadol. That early in the morning, that's what the friends told him. That they will give him the drugs and energy drink. So that early in the morning, he put it inside the drink and take it. Then when he comes to school, he'll be confident and he'll get the energy to do anything that he wants. So when he takes it and comes to school, he'll be acting abnormal. So when we came back to school, we sent the boy back to the house and we told the parents to monitor him, because they didn't even know what was happening until we reported it back home. So with this, when he came to school, he cannot concentrate.
No.
He's not even in his normal sense. How can he concentrate in class? So it affects their education very bad, because his academics will be going down.
Teach to Teach Radio. Teach to Teach Radio. Education for all, for all, for all. Education for all, for all.
Yeah, okay, Aladi, to me, I would say maybe before we move into the effects or impact of drug abuse on the education of our children, I will try, because we are talking or we're educating the public. So first of all, I would have liked us to talk about why the youth or people normally abuse drugs. So if we are able to outline the causes or why they take drugs, maybe we can also use that when we come to how to fight or eradicate this one. So with me, I would say that many of our youth, or sometimes people abuse drugs because some of them take it because of physical pain.
You know, in our school, one time in the morning we came and I realized that there was pieces of marijuana in the class. So when we assembled the students and we're trying to find out, so we observed that it was we realized that it was the brothers who usually come at night and take those things.
Are they also students?
They were students.
Okay.
They were GHS students. So the children were telling us what usually happened. So from that, I follow up and I realized that those students, it was costing them a lot and they were not even going to school. Sometimes, like, I go to find out from their head. The head told me that they usually come, sometimes they don't come. So when I went to the parents say, yes, they are aware of it, but it's through their friends. So one of the causes of it is just the peer influence. And it's affecting them actually.
So how does it affect them?
The effects is that it makes them not to go to school regularly. Because, you know, sometimes when they do that, you know, it gives them physical or mental problems. And as a result of that, they will not be going to school regularly. So this is one of the effects of it.
Okay. So it brings about truancy, it leads to truancy. And
Aladi, to add to what my brother is saying, it can also lead to school dropouts. Because as they are engaged in this drug abuse, some of them, their way of thinking changes. So they might not even develop interest in education at all. So when it happens that way, they even tend to move or to drop out of school because they don't have the interest again because of the drugs that they are taking. So it sometimes leads to school
dropouts.
You can only say poor academic performance.
Very good. Poor academic performance.
Teach to Teach Radio. Teach Teach Radio. Education for all, for all, for all. Education for all, for all.
Okay, so Alali, what I have to add is that it is part of the effects of drug abuse, the effect it has on our education of our youth. Sometimes when they take these drugs and they are not in their normal senses, they do tend to do things which affect themselves and the school itself, like this violence and demonstration that we normally experience from our schools. Some of them are as a result of this drug abuse. So I realize that in the schools, whenever such things happen, when they get in touch with the frontliners, when they put them through the disciplinary committee, at the end of the day, it will be revealed that they went and took either marijuana or cocaine or tramadol. And they were able to influence their colleagues to get them to do this.
Yeah, thank you very much. How can these youth or students stay away from taking in drug or find themselves in abusing drugs? What can they do to move away from it?
I
Yes.
think maybe it will come from we the educators. Because we observe this counter is going around. We realize that there is the need for us to have our community meetings. Then we talk of
You are saying we educators, like
yes.
say at the school,
About-
we'll come to
yeah.
the community.
Okay.
Yeah, from
We
school
teachers,
level.
we formulate at in our school. We formulate like we develop a plan how we will be able to solve this, and we realize that there should be more education.
Okay, creating the awareness. Yeah.
Awareness.
Let's allow others to come in so that you will organize yourself well.
Okay,
Yeah.
Alaji, to add to what my brother has said, there should be law enforcement on it. Like, if you find students taking it, even some teachers also taking these things, which can affect
Yeah.
the performance of the children. Because if they take it and they are not of themselves, they can maybe do anything different, something different. So I would say there should be law enforcement so that we can control it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alaji, I mean, in our school, we have an action plan in place. And that one is a health action plan.
Very good.
And we make sure that every morning at the assembly ground, we have one health issue to discuss. Sometimes we talk of malaria, sometimes we talk of drug abuse, sometimes we talk of teenage pregnancy. So this drug abuse is part of our action plan. Morning assembly, one of the health issues must be discussed before they move into
Their
classrooms. So if we all have these things in our schools, it can help in preventing this drug abuse.
I think when they organize educational programs to educate the children on the effects of taking drugs, mostly we have topics under those things, the drug taking. But sometimes it seems it's from the JSS level. So I think that when we educate them on the effects, because most of them, when they take it, they act abnormally, they bully their colleagues. They can't even concentrate in class. So when you tell them about the effects, when they take it, how it will affect them, within themselves, when they sit and think about it, I think they will be able to stop taking those drugs.
So what are some of the examples we can give to the students?
Some of the examples we can give to the students during this sensitization period, when we are telling them the effects of drug abuse. So we do use people who have ever been into drugs. Because of that, it has affected their education. So we use them as examples. People who are into drugs and it has landed them into very critical chronic diseases. We use those people as examples. And even those who even pass on as a result of this drug abuse during our sensitization, we use them as examples.
Good. Now let's look at the community level. Do they pass on such things to their siblings? What is the effect on the siblings?
Sometimes it like they feel ashamed. It brings shame to them. That's one thing that they usually feel. You know, when their colleagues will be telling the brother of this person or that is doing this, and as I usually bring some factions or dispute between them, so they feel shame at it. So one of the impact is that it embarrasses them. And
Okay, they feel embarrassed when they take it after they have realized that what they did was not good. Good. Now, how can our community members or caregivers support in helping the children stay away from drug taking or abusing drugs?
okay,
I think that our parents should always monitor their kids when they are going to take drugs, because without the monitoring, I think they will do whatever they want. Like with the case with my boy back at my former school, because the parents were not monitoring him, so he was doing whatever he wants, and they didn't even know that he was taking such things. So I think that always monitoring your kids can prevent those things.
Our caregivers should monitor the way they take in drugs. Yes, Madam Sueva.
The community members too, we those who are aware of the dangers in this situation should educate the community members so that they will be able
The community members themselves.
but sometimes they may also they may not know the effect.
Okay.
So if we make them aware of the danger, so that they will also control or monitor, as my sister said. Sometimes your child can be doing something and you yourself, you don't even know the danger involved in that thing. So they should also be helped out.
You mean they also need some kind of education in order to support
also
their children?
that they can have community watchdogs.
Very good.
When they, for instance, in Tamale here, some of the areas, they have those watchdogs, and they have some certain time in the night, they go around and arrest those people who sell it. This will help to minimize it.
Yeah, I think we have one example.
To add, so I was going to add more on what he's saying.
Add it. Yeah.
So we normally call them task force. So their duty in Tamale, their duty is to monitor the intake and the sale of those drugs, especially this tramadol, because they have realized that drugs is now in the system too much, which is even making the children to take them. So they normally do monitor both the intake and those who are selling it. Yes.
But if they don't sell it, no one buys it. Yeah. Do you have anything to add on that? I wanted to hear more about the task force in Tamale, what they did. I think you would have heard it. Yeah, you would have. So tell us more. Though I heard that they wouldn't find it easy.
Aladi, with that one, if my memory serves me right, it's like they have been able to confiscate about close to 2 billion worth of these illegal drugs. Yeah, so this one, it means that they are making a headway. And almost all the chiefs in Tamale have set up what we call bylaws regulating the use and the sale of this hard drug, that is especially the tramadol. Yes.
Maybe there could be some challenges as well. Yeah.
There was definitely a challenge because I heard they ended up in the courts.
For taking some, those who...
Because they wanted to fight.
They wanted to fight.
Who was selling it, send them to
court.
Yes, I something like that. I heard she was successful or something like that. So they decided not to involve the court again because they were not doing good. So they decided to consult the chief so that they would...
The chief will handle it.
Yes.
Very good. And then I think that was what they finally resorted to, so that they had the backing of the chiefs, the traditional chiefs. And I think to some point they were successful by not allowing the drug, or I say barons.
And most of them, when they take it, they always go to the forest. So
Okay.
those task force, they usually go to
The forest to meet with.
yeah, to check on them.
Where-
Most of them got many girls pregnant there. Yes.
That's unfortunate. That's one effect of it. I think all too soon our time is up, and we hope we'll continue the discussion come next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Teach to Teach Radio. Teach to Teach Radio.
Hi, this is Wiyala. I support Teach to Teach because education changes lives, especially for girls. So let's take advantage of the positive impact education can have on our lives, our communities, and our people.
Teach to Teach is produced by Teach to Teach International in collaboration with the Center for Literacy and Vocational Studies, Ronin Africa, and Radio Savannah. You can find Teach to Teach International and Teach to Teach Radio on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook.